Hiya.
Hello,
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl,
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
and we're glad to have you today. Today is not Wednesday.
No.
Today's not Thursday.
No.
Today is Friday, the 3rd of June, 2016, and this is episode 195. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all of our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Dammy, we had a lot of people introduce themselves in our group this week, so why don't you give them all a big shout out?
Okay. Leanne, who is Absinthe 200 from Canada. Alicia, who is Alicia Tree from California. Michelle, who is Alorna from Arizona. Kat, who is Kat the Nitty Kitty from England.
And she's the daughter to...
Julie, the Wool Collector from England.
So Julie is the mom and Kat is the daughter. And Kat is like your age.
Oh.
Yeah. They're both from England, yes.
Steph, who is Quirky Knit Girl from California. Jeanette, who is Gent65 from Birmingham, UK. Anna Robin, who is Anna Robin from the San Francisco Bay Area, California. Stacy, who is Mookie Moo 1974 from Gonzales, Texas.
I know where that is.
I thought you might. Jill, who is Jill Serenity from Fairfax County, Virginia. Melanie, who is Knitaholic from Nova Scotia, Canada. And Inga Rose, who is Inga Rosu from Iceland.
Welcome, you guys. We're so glad to have you. Thanks for joining. If somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do and why?
You should join and introduce yourself in our introductions thread because you will get a shout out on our next episode and you will be able to participate in our cows and giveaways.
Yes. So we realized that we did not record on Wednesday this week. That was because I was out of town. And gosh, I do look even more sunburned. I got sunburned. I don't know if you can see on my arms. It's looking better even though from what it was looking like this morning. I've been away for the last 3 days. I got home last night on a personal retreat. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in Yummies. And then I took a lot of pictures. And so we're going to put those as the after the credits thing at the end of the episode. So, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about. The FOs are out of control because all those things that were in Stash Dash hiatus, they're not anymore. And we have a review, we have prizes for the spring cal, lots of stuff. So this probably is going to be a long one. So grab your knitting and a beverage and let's get started.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
So what's on your needles, Dammy?
I have 2 things on my needles, but I'm currently only working on one. So right now I'm working on my Elementary socks. Elementary socks.
That you're designing?
Yeah. So they're on US 1.5, 2.5 millimeters, and US 2s, 2.75 millimeters. And the yarn is Knit Picks Hawthorne Fingering in the St. John's colorway. So here is the back of the feet.
Bottom of the feet, you mean?
The bottom of the feet.
So you've turned the heels and you're working on the leg.
Mm-hmm.
I love how that yarn is knitting up.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like how the pattern is knitting up. It's so lovely and it's just perfect for elementary inspired stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get these finished up and we'll get it out to testers after they finish the Gilmore Girls test that's going on right now.
Yep.
Okay, do you have anything else on your needles?
Nope.
Okay.
So what's on your needles?
A lot of stuff. Not a lot. 5 things. I should have moved these over here before we started. So first up is my zigzag blanket, which I did not... I only took one knitting project away with me on my retreat, and it's actually a new project. So I didn't get as much done on these other projects as I normally would have, but I'm still working on my 10 stitch zigzag blanket, which is a free pattern by Frankie Brown. I'm on US 4's 3.5 mil needles, and the current zigzag is Pandia's Jewels, I think it's Snug, in the Spoilers colorway from the very first Doctor Who Companion Sock Club that I did with her. So I think I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have 7 zigzags left to finish this stripe. And when I finish this stripe, I will be 25% done with the blanket. It only took a little over a year to get to that point. I'm still projecting for 2019 finish. Next up is a project that actually is almost done. It'll be done for next week's episode. I'm knitting a pair of my French Vanilla Cappuccino socks pattern from the... I'm knitting my French Vanilla Cappuccino socks pattern, which is available on Ravelry. I'm on US 1.5 2.5 mil needles, and I've called this one Mr. Smith Needs a Pink Lady because I'm using Holiday Yarns Flock Sock in the Pink Lady colorway for toes, heels, and cuffs, and I'm using Pandia's Jewels Snug in the Mr. Smith I Need You colorway, which is from the 3rd Doctor Who Companion Sock Club. So sock 1 is completely done, and sock 2, by this point, I think I have like 4 rows left, and then the cuff. So I probably will actually be onto the cuff before we're done with this episode. So that will definitely be an FO next week. I did take a new project with me when I went away on retreat. So it's another pair of my French Vanilla Cappuccino socks. And I'm again on US 1.5 2.5 mil needles. And this yarn is yarn I got at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. This is the Wool Kitchen pairs, which it's a BFL bamboo 4-ply in the Ziggy colorway. So I'm still working on the first sock, but there's the toe.
So wait, does it have nylon?
No, it's got bamboo instead of nylon. So I'm going to be interested to see how this wears.
So is it stretchy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So I'm toe, foot, heel, and I'm working on the leg. So I started the leg right there at that marker. So I'm calling these my breathing room socks because I went away to get some breathing room. So I'm working on those, and those will get worked on after I finish the Mr. Smith ones. I'm also still working on, these did not get very much work this week. I need to buckle down and get these done. I'm using this pattern, Tube Socks for Kids by Jane Richmond, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. And I'm on US 2's 2.75 mil needles. And I'm using Knit Pick Stroll Tweed in the North Pole Heather colorway. And this is a pair of tube socks for my little friend Noah, who's turning 5. So I'm making progress on these. You know, I could use this thing right here. I got a new tool, and I will show it to you in Yummies. So I need to get back to work on these. They're slower because I'm doing them 2 at a time. So, and then my last project was kind of a when knitting attacks this week. So I'm doing with my friend Kathleen Dames, who has the Sweater Podcast. I am knitting her Pearly Pullover pattern, and I'm using a striping yarn, which it's Regia World College color 6-ply in the exam colorway. And instead of doing a swatch, we were doing a sleeve. And I had already modified the pattern to make it a short sleeve sweater. So I knit the ribbing and then started on the actual rest of the sleeve and realized I was not getting gauge. So I ripped out, and I've tried several sizes, and I don't know if this is going to be the right size either. Currently, I'm swatching it on US 7's 4.5 mil needles, but I've just finished the ribbing, and so I'm just about to do the knit and stockinette, and then I will measure again and see if I'm getting gauge. Kathleen is a really loose knitter, and she has told us that. And I tend to be a really tight, not really tight knitter, but a fairly tight knitter. So that is why I'm having to adjust so much. And if you have not seen this pattern, it's really cool because you primarily knit it, and then when you get to the end, you turn it inside out, and so you have the texture of purling all the stitches, other than on the rib, obviously, without having to spend hours and hours purling. Because I purl slower than I knit. that is everything that is on the needles.
Okay.
Which means we're ready for the FO madness. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about her FOs.
There's lots of them. Are you prepared? Okay, so Stash Dash officially started on Friday. And so I proceeded to finish all the items I had in Stash Dash hiatus prior to leaving on Tuesday morning to go on my retreat. So I had a mad finishing marathon from like Friday to Monday.
Did you borrow here?
Possibly. I don't know.
It doesn't look like that on any of the other ones.
Possibly. It's a design element. She's talking about a hat I finished. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so let me start. I'm going to just go in the order that I finished them. So first up, I finished a pair of my French Vanilla Cappuccino socks for our friend Jeremy. Yes, this is too big for the blocker because he has huge feet and he knows it. So these were on US 1.5 2.5 mil needles. I should hold them back so you can see the whole thing. And this is Lang Yarn's Jawal Color Superwash in the 902.0020 colorway. So it's a striping. And the legs look really short, but they're not. It's just because, stop it! It's just because the feet, stop it! The feet are so long. So, to start with, this is 369.6 meters towards...
That's a lot.
Towards Stash Dash. Next
We don't throw our knitting in the floor.
I'm just trying to get it out of my lap because my lap is overflowing. Next up, I finished another pair of French Vanilla Cappuccino socks. These are my Strawberries and Brain socks. I did these on US 1.5 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn for the toes, heels, and cuffs, it's Knitting in France Sparkles in the gradient pink colorway, and then the main color is Pandia's Jewel Snug in the Also I Can Kill You With My Brain colorway, which was a Firefly kit that she and I did. So these are for me, and so this was 245.6 meters. And then another pair of French Vanilla Cappuccino socks, and these are also too big for the blockers because I used every last meter of it. This is Knit Circus Greatest of Ease in the Fashion Week colorway, so I did them opposite. And, oops. They are like calf high, they're not knee highs, so there's the thing. And so this is 404.4 meters. And then, oh my gosh, this is a lot of meters. I have my vintage rock hopper. So the rock hopper is a pattern by Anna Maltz. I did these on US 7's 4.5 mil needles, and the yarn is Blacker Yarn's Tamar DK in the Red River colorway, Kettle Yarn Co. Baskerville in the Dust colorway, and Bahram U Titus in the Crucible colorway. This thing is massive. And it has been blocked already. We can't even hold the whole thing in.
4th of July.
Yeah, so it is huge. Let me see. Let go. Yeah, it's huge. It's very big.
The end just...
Yeah, it's like all the way down in my lap. Like I'm sitting Indian style, crisscross applesauce, and it's past my knees because it's so long.
You'll have to like tuck the end in.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to wear it. So, yeah, so this was a lot of fun. I really like how this turned out. The pattern was written for lace weight, and I did it using primarily 4-ply and then a really light DK for the top. And so that's why it's bigger than what the pattern calls for. This, oh wait, that was 921.7 meters. 921.7 meters. Next up, I have my Insanely Bright Contours, which is the Contours pattern by Louise Tilbrook. I did this on US 8's 5 mil needles, and I used Kettle Yarn Co. Islington DK in the Para Pajgata colorway, Ginger's Hand Dyed Splendor DK in the Liquid Sunshine colorway, and Lanitium Ex Machina Merino DK Twist in the Cherry Cabaret colorway. And I have blocked this, and I wore it. I took it on my trip with me, and I love, love, love how it turned out. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. So, I wore it like, oops, let's see, like this. And oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I did modify the pattern to use up more of the yarn. So this is bigger than the pattern design. I tend to do that, apparently. Yeah, I make changes. So that was 846.2 meters. But wait, I'm not done yet. This one has not been blocked because I did not have a chance to do it before I left to go out of town. And this one is going to have to be pinned out because I want to try to stretch it some. So this is my Ain't No Party Like a Unicorn Party shawl, which is a unicorn party, which is the unicorn party pattern by Kathleen Dames. So this is on US 6's 4 mil needles. The primary colorway is Chopped Ginger Wool Project Teeswater Fingering in the natural colorway. And then all the extra colors are Knit Circus Aerialist Fingering in the Blue Skies Ahead colorway, Knit Circus Greatest of Ease in the Raspberry Rhapsody colorway, Knit Circus Pixie Dust Fingering in the Holly Leaves colorway. Stop that. You are being a troublemaker on this week's podcast.
It's just there.
She's holding a hat in her lap, but it's on a balloon for blocking, and she's playing with the balloon and it's squeaking. Stop it. Where was I? Ripples Crafts in the Piquine colorway, Ginger's Hand Dyed Splendor DK in the Liquid Sunshine colorway, Knitting in France Sparkles in the Something About Cece colorway, and an unknown purple yarn. So there. Can you pull down on the bottom a little bit? Well, I want them to be able to see the colors.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So, yeah. So I added extra colors. Hers only, the pattern only calls for 3 colors, and I had to do extra. So I will be...
Maybe since she's such a loose knitter, that's why it came out smaller.
It could be. Well, and I didn't have quite as much of the main color as the pattern called for. But, I mean, it could be just like a little...
We'll need to soak it with conditioner.
Yeah, because of the main color. But yeah, I'll be able to just... It's more of a shawlette than a shawl. But it was a lot of fun to knit because it was primarily garter stitch. Yeah, so this one is going to have to get pinned out to block it. But this is 593 meters. Then I have this week's preemie hat. This is preemie hat number 22 for the year from my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. And this is on US 6's 4 mil needles. And the red is Cascade 220 in the Christmas red colorway. And then an unknown blue fingering weight yarn that I held double. And so this is another 40.3 meters. Dammy picked these colors out because it matched her Star Wars project bag.
No, I just said they were Star Wars. They don't match my bag.
Oh, they're just Star Wars colors. That's why those colors got done.
You had to tie that together.
What?
And tie the knot.
Yes, because there was a break in the yarn.
Oh.
And finally, for this week, I have a barley hat by Tin Can Knits. This will be for my niece Lola's birthday later this year. I did this on US 6's 4 mil needles and US 8's 5 mil needles. I used a skein of hand spun that was gifted to me at last year's Geeky Puff and Knit Palooza, and I also used West Yorkshire Spinners Air Valley Aran in the light brown colorway. Are you ready for an epic pom-pom? Because it is pretty freaking epic. So I used the West Yorkshire Spinners for the brim, for the ribbing, and then the hand spun, and then I combined the leftover hand spun with the West Yorkshire Spinners for the epic pom-pom. And this is another 159.6 meters. So do you know what my total for Stash Dash is thus far?
What?
3,580.4 meters. So I am over halfway to 7K.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, stop doing that. You were being very much of a troublemaker on this week's episode.
I can't help it. I love balloons.
Okay, well, why don't you put the balloon down there and then you won't play with it?
I will when we're done with this segment.
Okay. Yeah, so I am aiming for the 7K because I think I'll hit the 5K with no problem at all. I mean, I have this, and it should be at least probably around another 250 just for these. I've got like 12 more preemie hats. I have Noah's socks. I have the retreat socks that I cast on. I have Wyatt and Waylon's, my nephew's birthday hats. I have the pearly pullover that I'm working on. So I think I can get to 7K with no problem. I don't think I'll hit 10K, but 7K I think is doable. So I'll keep you updated. And we have a great chatter thread going in the Geeky Girls Knit Ravelry group for Stash Dash, and some of us are posting our
Totals.
Yeah, totals. We have like we've done a post where you just go back in and edit. You post, and then you just go back in and edit and add the things, and it's not quite as busy as the chatter thread in the Knit Girls group, which is very, very fast paced. So you're welcome to join us to do that if you would like. I think that is everything. So let's take a break and move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. So let's start with my retreat that I went away. So I went to this lovely retreat center called The Beeld in Perth. And the location is so beautiful. There's gorgeous gardens. There's wooded areas. There was free-range chickens that walked the prayer labyrinth with me. There was beehives. There was a horse. There was alpacas, but it was far enough away that I couldn't walk there, so I didn't get to see the alpacas. They had an indoor swimming pool. I went swimming 3 times. And they had lots of lovely places to sit outside. They had an art room. I made some beautiful art, or I think it's beautiful anyway. Yeah, it was just a lovely, lovely place. So I left on Tuesday morning and took a train. And then I got home last night, and it was just really great to have some time away to rest and to think about some things that are upcoming and do some journaling and spend some time with God. And yeah, so it was a really lovely time. So I can highly recommend the Beeld in Perth if you are in the UK and want to have some time away. And stay tuned for the end of the podcast because I have a ton of pictures that I'm putting in of the grounds and things and the flowers. Oh gosh, the flowers were so beautiful. Yeah, they have a gardener on staff and it was fabulous. So stay tuned to the end of the podcast for those. Next up, our sweet, sweet, sweet friend Jilly, who is Vegan Jilly on Ravelry. She does the Knitting Broomstick podcast. And she sent us a huge parcel of stuff. And some of the stuff is for y'all. So let us show you what we have. Do you want to start with these?
Sure. These are some mini spoons.
Oops. That one's sparkly. I'm not sure what they are of the different ones. That one's like, reminds me of Incredible Hulk almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're going to use those in your beekeeper's quilt. This project bag will be a prize for one of y'all in an upcoming cow. It is a box bag, and it's by Knit Run Dig. And it's pink socks. Do you want to show your project bag?
Sure. I don't think this is meant to be a Harry Potter bag, but you're convinced it is.
I should search that name that it says. What is? Hold on. We're gonna look at this up because I think it's a Harry Potter bag. LIB
TATIUS.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Harry Potter.
Oh. Oh, it's a Harry Potter bag.
I thought it was. Yeah, he's from Brazil.
Oh.
He wrote the advanced potion making book. I thought it was.
It's a Harry Potter bag.
What's the inside look like? I forgot. Oh, it's just kind of a speckled. So that's really cool. And I got this lovely tea bag, teacups and teapots, and it says different things like tea quiets the soul, time for a cup of tea, friends, having tea with friends. And the inside is kind of a little floral motif. So there's those. And then she sent a lot of yarn for prizes. So we have a skein of opal sweet and spicy. That's how that will knit up. Go ahead.
This is Supernatural Yarns, Harpy DK in the Veritaserum colorway.
You're thinking about keeping that one, which Jilly said we could if we wanted any of the yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So you're thinking about keeping that one to make what?
A hat.
A hat. What kind of hat?
I don't know. But it looks like it would be a nice hat.
You should put a gray pom-pom on top.
It's very squishy.
Yeah. What is it? It's Superwash Merino.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the color is a reference to?
Harry Potter.
Oh, okay. I didn't reread it. I just saw the yarn. Well, that would go well with your Harry Potter bag. This will be another prize. This is Rowan Pure Wool DK. I don't know if it has a color name on it.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, there's just a number. So it's
But on the website it has a color name.
yeah, it's a gray, but it has a blue undertone. I already showed that one.
Oh.
And then this will be a prize altogether. This is there's 3 skeins. It's Fiber Lady, Fine Bamboo Fibers and Yarns, Macacot. Macacot. I don't think there's a colorway. I don't see a colorway name, do you?
Maybe Macacot is the colorway.
Oh, possibly. This is a DK light worsted, and it's 70% bamboo, 30% cotton. So maybe we'll use this as a prize for our 200th episode.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait and see. So it could do well, it depends on what size you are. This could not be a sweater for me, but it could be a sweater, possibly like a short sleeve, like little light thing for someone. Possibly. You might have to pair it with some other stuff, but still, that would be lovely. So there's all of those. And then, are you ready for this epicness from Jilly? And Dammy's already taken some of these.
Mm-hmm.
Jilly is the planner queen, and she loves stickers almost as much as I do. I don't think she loves them quite as much, but almost. And she sent us so many stickers. So quickly, we'll just go through some of them. There's some Frappuccino coffees. There are some Tard-Eye. Oh, these are one of my favorites. Sunflowers. I adore sunflowers. Coffee pots and coffee cups but first coffee. Oh, here's some more Frappuccinos.
Those are the caramel ones. The other ones are mocha.
Yeah, but that one's just an iced one. That one doesn't have... That one's got ice cubes in it.
Maybe that one's got milk in it.
Oh, it might. And then here's some coffee owls. This is just a little sampler. This is She sent a bunch of inspirational quotes. So here's some inspirational quotes. Here's some more inspirational quotes. Here's some more inspirational quotes. And more. And more inspirational quotes. I think she's trying to inspire me. These are New Year's inspirational quotes. Here's some success quotes. And then this totally cracked me up because we almost used these stickers for the Gilmore Girls kit that is going on sale in like a little over a week. But we ended up going with some other ones. So it is 16 quotes from Gilmore Girls. What are my favorites? Do you like coffee only with my oxygen? People are particularly stupid today. I can't talk to any more of them. Oi with the poodles already. We go together like Suki and Lorelai. And then these might be my favorite. Winnie the Pooh! I love Winnie the Pooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So that was the parcel of epicness from Jilly. Thank you so much, Jilly. Mwah. Love you. I ordered, so I think I mentioned, maybe in last week's episode, that I was looking at modifying how I do my bullet journal. And I'm not going to show you how I have modified it all today, but I will try to remember to do that in an upcoming episode. But as part of doing this, I ordered a lovely, lovely Harris Tweed cover from my friend Kelly. She sent me this beautiful card. Her shop on Etsy is linked in the show notes. It's Kelly Mac & Co. And so this is my Harris Tweed cover. And I added the TARDIS stitch marker on it. And then Dammy was so sweet. So what it is it holds loose papers that are in the back of my journal from my trip. It holds 4 small notebooks. Isn't that funny? And look, here's my Outlander, and there's Supernatural stickers that I've put in. So it holds 4. And then Dammy has been so helpful for me. I'm trying to find a place where I can show you. I can do it right here. Dammy and I collaborated on this idea, and then Dammy made it happen. So what I did is up here around the top, I looped a piece of ribbon, and then made it really, really long, and then we folded it under into the inside, and then Dammy sewed a sparkly button on the front and with a heart button on the back. So she sewed those on at the same time, and that way they're movable bookmarks. This is my stash dash thing. So see there, look at all those projects right there that I still have to go. So I love this color, and Kelly did it specially for me because I was like, I need a super pink. And there's also a pencil holder. These notebooks are a smidge too big for this, but I had them on hand already. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use them. And then when I need to get new ones, I'll get the ones that are exactly the right size. So, and it's fine because it's got this stretchy thing, so it's not a big deal. So, Kelly Mac & Co. on Etsy. She lives here in Scotland, and she's one of the very first people I knew from Scotland when we were going to move over here. So thank you, Kelly. I love it. I'm going to have a sip of water right quick. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it yet, but I am going to be doing a collaboration with Michelle from Very Colorful Yarnings. So she has dyed up some amazing yarn for a very special collaboration. Have I said what it is yet?
I don't know.
Should I say what it is, or should we wait?
I don't know.
What do y'all think? Should I tell you? What are they saying?
I don't know.
I think they're saying they want to know. Okay, shh. It's a secret just between us, okay? Shh. It is a Hamilton collaboration. So she sent the yarn. It came while I was gone, but she also included one of her new badges with her new logo, Very Colorful Yarnings, verycolorfulyarnings.com. And she also sent us stitch markers. So she sent some sheep, and she sent some with her logo, and she sent some of these lovely rubber ones that I really, really like. There's a green one too. It's on the back. So thank you for those goodies, Michelle. And stay tuned for more details about the Hamilton collaboration. The pattern is here, but I have not birthed it out yet to make it happen, and that will not happen most likely until after the Indie Bray Yarn Crawl, which is next weekend. So, also, this just came in the post today, and I'm super excited about it. So, several podcasters have had this, and that's why I found out about it. And I put an order in for it, but it takes, because they're custom made, it takes about 3 to 6 weeks to get it. This is called a Soxyz, Soxyzz, and it's done by Burning Impressions. And what it is,
Oh, I thought it was Soxyz, not Sockies.
Soxyz,
You know, like Soxies.
possibly.
Soxies for your feetsies.
Sure, we're gonna go with that. I don't know. It's a ruler for your socks, but it like has like sizes for babies and little ones and big kids and hers and his. But the really cool thing, what I asked her especially to do this, is it's got inches on this side, and it's got centimeters on this side, and she also put Java Pearl designs on it for me, and it's got a thing so you can like hang it up. I'm very excited to start using this. I had it on Noah's sock a while ago. So here we go. I can. Oh well, you can't. I mean, here because I would use it on the foot. Okay, so there it is on the leg. So you just stick it in and measure. So I'm very excited to start using this. Do we have anything else you want to talk about? Oh, you know what you should have done is you should have brought your thing over that you're doing your lettering in.
Oh.
Maybe we'll do that next week if you want to share it. You shared a little bit on Instagram, didn't you?
Yeah.
So she's doing some hand lettering, which is really cool. All right. Well, I guess let's talk about our normal stuff. We've got hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. Why don't you tell us about it?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of prompts for each month. So you take a picture for the prompt for that day, post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. And also, you mentioned today as you were looking for photos that several people have been using the hashtag GGK Kitty Pad because Dammy loves the kitty pictures. Mm-hmm. So if you would like to post a kitty picture, make sure to hashtag it, hashtag GGK Kitty Pad. So June's list is inspired by our summertime cal. So it is about all things summertime. Today is enjoy, I believe. So we're going to show them something.
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. So it's never too late to participate. Just take a look at the prompt list. Take a photo inspired by that day's prompt and feel free to interpret it however you want. We're very cheater friendly. Post it on Instagram and make sure you use the hashtag GGK Crafty Pad because that's how we find the photos.
Yep.
All right, well, let's talk about some upcoming events. Do you want to start?
Sure. So the Indie Bray Yarn Crawl 2016 is going to be next week, Saturday the 11th of June, here in Edinburgh.
Yes. And you and I will be at the pop-up marketplace at the Safari Lounge on the afternoon. And I'll have my books and some other things that you can purchase, which we have to get all organized.
Yeah.
That's on my list of stuff to do. And my brand new Indiebra Yarn Crawl 2016 sock pattern will also be available.
Available.
Yes.
You said available.
Okay. Along with a special Indiebra Yarn Crawl colorway of yarn dyed by Jess at Ginger Twist Studio, and it'll be very limited edition. So if you want it, you should get there early. Early in the day. There is a link to the website about it in the show notes. The Yarnporium, which is hosted by our friends Yarn in the City, will be in London on Saturday and Sunday, the 5th and 6th of November, and we hope to be there. So we would definitely recommend you see about attending. There's a link in the there's a link to the website in the show notes if you want to know more about it. And we highly recommend you taking like a week and a half holiday where you go to the Yarnporium in London and then do some sightseeing and then come to the Geeky Puff and Knitpalooza.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about it? When is it and where?
I don't usually talk about it.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, it's being held in Farnham, UK, which is about 50 miles southwest of London, from Thursday the 10th of November through Sunday the 13th of November.
Yes. And sign-ups are going on at
geekypuffandknitpalooza.com.
Yes, and also vendor market applications are at the same place. We're working on lots of details. I've got to play a little catch up since I've been gone out of town. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We're more than happy to help, and we would love to see you at the Geeky Puff and Knitpalooza. All right, I think we're ready to move on to the next segment.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what we're reading and watching.
So what are you reading?
I finished reading Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card.
What did you think?
It was interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And we're going to come back to Ender's Game in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay. What else are you reading?
So the Summer of Austen is now going on.
Aww.
Yay! So we're starting off reading Pride and Prejudice. So we're both reading that.
Yes.
That's the only thing I'm reading. I've
Okay.
read through chapter 6.
I've read through chapter 4. I haven't read today's. Because you put a post in the thread in the Ravelry group with a suggested reading schedule.
Yeah.
So that's helpful. So.
And so I'm also rewatching the Lizzie Bennet Diaries.
Okay.
Along with it.
Oh dear. Oh, I know what you're doing now.
I just like smiling. It contorts the face.
She's being Darcy.
Darcinator.
Darcinator?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to post on any social media about it, use the hashtag Summer of Austen. And we'd love to have you join in for the fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. All right. Well, I finally finished reading A Travelogue of the Interior, Finding Your Voice in God's Heart in the Psalms by Karen Dabajian. It's been a long journey, but it's been a good journey, and I highly, highly recommend the book. Some of the things that I'm reading, that I have read fiction-wise, are the Avery Shaw Mystery Series by Amanda M. Lee. I finished reading Misquoted and Demoted, Headlines and Deadlines, and Misprints and Mistakes. Also by Amanda Lee, I read the newest book in the Aisling Grimlock Mystery Series, which was called Grim Reunion. And those were, both series were a lot of fun. They're very snarky. Very snarky. I also read, while I was gone, I actually read a physical book. I didn't read it off the iPad. I read 44 Scotland Street by Alexander McCall Smith, which is a novel set here in Edinburgh. And so it was a lot of fun for me to go, oh, I know where that is. Oh, I know where he's talking about. But the really cool thing that I did not realize till I started reading it is, so this was published in '05, but it was done as a serial. So each chapter was published in a newspaper. So that was really cool. So they were very short chapters. Yeah. So the reason I read this is because it is the book that my book club that I go to is going to be discussing on Tuesday. So I read it while I was gone. And then also while I was gone, I read another series called the Loch Moy series. I think that's how you say it. By Barbara Longley. This series is not safe for children, so Dammy's not reading it, and I would not recommend it for younger folks because there is some adult content. This series reminded me a lot of Outlander. It is set primarily here in Scotland, but there were some differences. So, like, there was a time travel thing, but it was because there was a fae that was causing it to happen. She was trying to make people meet that needed to meet because of certain situations and such. So some of it was set in like 17th, no.
18th century?
No.
What century? Like, what was the year?
Like the 13 and 1400s.
So the 14th and 15th
Yeah, 14th and 15th century.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, but also some of it was set present day. So I read the 4 books in the series: True to the Highlander, The Highlander's Bargain, The Highlander's Folly, and The Highlander's Vow, and really enjoyed them. Those were Kindle Unlimited books, as were the other, the ones by Amanda Lee were also Kindle Unlimited books. And I've started a new series, but I haven't read enough of it to know if I want to talk about it or not.
Oh.
So, and then I'm also reading Pride and Prejudice with you. Yeah. All right. Well, we watched some movies before I went out of town.
Yes.
You want to start with that?
Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
So this was the second time we'd seen it.
Yeah.
Because we saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about it?
I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
Yes.
I love Star Wars. I love Rey and Finn and Poe. I love all of them.
Can you tell us about this in as Darcy?
Star Wars is a very interesting movie, I think. I think it's very mainstream, but it's also a very interesting movie. Not enough newsboy caps.
Did you see the movie, or are you just making an opinion based on just like conjecture?
I dislike theater going.
So did you watch it at home then?
I haven't watched it at all.
Ah, so yeah, you're just making judgments based on not having seen it. I would like to suggest that you take Lizzie on a date to see a movie at the cinema.
I do like Lizzie. I think she likes Star Wars. Where's that Lydia? I can't remember.
And then we carried on with a Harrison Ford marathon and watched Ender's Game, which was very different from the book.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a very good rating. I think it's got like a 6.9 on IMDb.
That's almost a 7. That's on the upper half of 5.
It did not do well in the box office at all.
Oh.
But I mean, it was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was just okay. And it also had, what's her name from the crime show? The other lady that worked
I know her name. I know her name.
What show is she from?
How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh yeah, that's it. Is it something with a V?
Violet something. Violet.
Violet, whatever her name
I don't
is.
know. If we just like typed Violet into Google, it would bring it up.
Hey, what did you do?
I
Davis.
Davis. That's it.
You like made notes on the show notes.
Oops.
Oops.
And I took the stickers with me.
Yes. So yeah, we watched that. And then we also watched,
Austinland.
and I loved the soundtrack so much that I bought the soundtrack. Yeah.
You appear to be enjoying popular music unironically.
Mm-hmm. I do. So this had Carrie Russell from Felicity in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the premise of it is she's obsessed with Darcy and all things Jane Austen, and she comes over here to the UK to do an Austen Land experience where she is a character in this Austen themed thing. And the head of the Austen Land was Jane Seymour from Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, which is Dammy's namesake.
Middle name.
Her middle name. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was totally ridiculous, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it stayed fairly true to the book.
Mm-hmm.
Because you and I had both read the book. Yeah. All right. Why don't we talk about some TV?
Okay, we are rewatching season 6 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
The
Yeah,
episode we watched last night.
We watched 2 pretty good episodes last night.
What was?
Inquisition,
Yes.
which is the one with Section 31. I'm like,
And it's
What?
William Sadler from Roswell.
screaming. And then we watched In the Pale Moonlight.
Which is Captain Sisko talking about how he faked Romulan, that the Dominion was attacking the Romulans to get them to help out in the war.
Oh,
It was
buddy.
intense.
But
It was
the
good.
next episode, we get to meet Vic Fontaine.
I love Vic. I can't wait. I can't wait. What else are we watching?
We are watching season 4 of Star Trek Voyager.
I'm trying to remember what episodes we watched.
The one with the Hirogen
Oh,
They took
yeah.
over
They took over
Voyager
the... Yeah.
with the Hollow Suites.
Yeah. I remember that now. Oh, yeah, because it was like the... B'Elanna was pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
which she was really pregnant in real life, and all of that. So,
Really pregnant in real life.
really, really pregnant, not fake pregnant on the show. Because she's not pregnant on the show. Except for in the holodeck, she was. And then I started watching season 4 of Arrow. So I've only watched like 2 episodes of it. So I'm marathoning that. And then the Hubs and I are marathoning season 2 of The Flash. Which is really good. We watched the season 1 finale of Blind Spot. And we found out that Kurt's dad really did kill Taylor Shaw. Her body was found where they were like camped. Kurt found it because his dad confessed on his deathbed just before he died. And we also found out that Mayfair left clues and info about all that's happened, and so they're trying to figure that out. And also, Kurt confronted Jane and arrested her. And that's the end of season 1.
Oh.
The Hubs and I watched a lot of episodes of season 5 of Person of Interest because they were like really putting out a bunch. And we watched some last week, and then we watched some last night after I got home.
Did Finch take a nap?
Finch sang to us in an Irish accent.
Oh.
And Lionel demanded answers, and Finch refused, so Lionel said he was done. And then Root got a message from Shaw.
Or
And-
to Shaw.
Oh, to Shaw. Root got a message to Shaw, and then Shaw escaped from Samaritan people. And then Fusco requested reassignment, and then they told Fusco everything, and so now they're all back together again.
Oh.
But then Elias was killed while Samaritan was trying to get Finch. Root was killed. This happened after you went to bed last night. Root was killed. And then the machine chose to use Root's voice as her own voice. So now, like when the machine calls them, it's Ruth's voice. And then Finch, it says, why does it say wax? Autocorrect. Finch was captured by Samaritan, but escaped. I feel that this is the beginning of the end. The series finale is the 21st of June, so we still have a few weeks left. Why don't you talk about the next one? Because I've been talking a lot.
Okay, Criminal Minds Beyond Boundaries.
Borders.
We watched the last 2 episodes of season 1.
Yeah.
So
We were in Spain with the running of the bulls.
yeah.
And then we were in Haiti with an abducted child. And the guy from CSI New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about? He was so sweet at his daughter's graduation party, it made me cry.
Oh.
You're graduating in a year. And then I watched the season 11 finale of Supernatural.
What happened?
Dean helped God/Chuck and Amara/Darkness get back together as family, and they held hands and saved the sun, like in the sky. And then the lady from the Men of Letters in London, the London house, shot Sam, who thinks Dean is dead, and Dean found his mom in the woods wearing her white nightgown, calling for help. Yeah. So Sam thinks Dean is dead, and Sam has been shot. But Dean is not dead. He found his mother in the woods.
Oh.
Wearing the white nightgown that she was wearing when she got pulled up into the ceiling, into that big thingy. Yeah. So that was the season 11 finale. And then we were watching Bones season 11. And Bones was sick and the Secret Service. And then I am watching season 2 of Outlander, which is not safe for children, either the books or the TV series. And we are back in Scotland from France. And so it was very nice to be back in the beautiful scenery of Scotland.
Why were they in France?
Because they had to leave because they were in trouble and they were being chased.
Oh.
So they escaped to France.
So they're no longer being chased?
No, they got a pardon.
Oh. Did they commit crimes?
Well, there's a whole uprising is going on, and so it's like one side against the other and all that. It's war. There's a war going on.
Oh.
So yes, we're back in Scotland. And I'm happy about that.
Okay.
I'm very sad, though, that Jamie and Claire are grieving for baby Faith that died. And that's all the TV we watched this week. Because I was out of town. So. Alright, we have a bunch of prizes to give out. So we should probably move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our March, April, May Sheepy Spring Cow, which
Yes.
is over.
It has come to an end. We had over 800 entries.
Yes, 127 posts in the last 3 days.
That's insane. But great job, y'all. So why don't we start with you telling us who finished projects in the final week, and then we'll do the prizes.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
A1 Dawan, Absinthe 200, Aidbar times 2, Andy, Apache 9 Rose, Army Tink 08, Break 9 times 11, Celeste times 7, C. Howard 06, Collie Inn Stitch Girl, Crackoff, Crazy Knitting Fool, Crouching Cheese times 2, DG White times 8, Eileen D, Eleanor Gamgee, Falling Star 12 times 11, Gracieless times 2, Hajnut times 2, Hazy Summers, I Knit Socks 2, J. Scholard, Kaden H 13 times 2, Kana Soup, Cat Wings, Knit Crazy Kate, Knitster Monica times 3, Cosmic times 3, KY Spinner times 2, Little Angel SG2 times 6, Elle McCall, Long Tall Katie, Looney Hiker, Lupin Owns Jacob times 4, Maria Wilhelmina times 3, May G times 2, Muzzer Z times 12, Mystery Sower times 2, Pan Within times 2, Penny Gale, Pinky Peppy, Piper's Mom times 3, Pocket Sizz times 12, Rainbow Ange times 2, Rogue Robot, Rue CMC times 5, So Enticing, Siberian Cat times 3, Sylvia 1002 times 2, The VFB, Twisting Pearls times 2, Ryder Darling times 4, and Yarny Mom times 2.
Great job, everybody. Whew, that's a lot of stuff. So, before we started recording, we did the random number generator and got the 10 winners, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 winners, 10 prize winners. So, let's start with the details. If you're a prize winner, you need to PM me, Java Pearl on Ravelry, with the needed information, whether it's your full name and mailing address or the pattern you would like. And you have 30 days from the time this episode goes live to claim your prize. Otherwise, you forfeit it, and we'll use it for another prize giveaway at some later date.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. So, to start with, the first prize. This was donated by Christy, who is Christy Ray on Ravelry. She donated 1 coupon code for $5.50 US to my Ravelry pattern store, so that'll get you 1 single pattern, or you can use it to discount the price of an ebook. So, Dammy, who is the winner?
Post number 140, Fredely.
Congratulations.
Or Friedel.
I think it's Fredely. So, Fredely, please PM me to let me know you saw this, and I will give you that coupon code. Or if you just want a single pattern, you can just tell me, and I'll gift that to you instead. Next up, Jilly, who is Vegan Jilly. She donated 2 single patterns from my Ravelry pattern store. So why don't you tell us the winners, and then I'll tell them what I need.
Post number 525, who is Rue CMC, and post number 622, who is Muzzer Z.
So Rue CMC and Muzzer Z, congratulations. I need you to PM me and tell me which of my single patterns you would like so that Jilly can gift those to you. Next up, Catherine, who is Tia and Kat, she donated 2 prizes. So the first one is the Bernay Bright Green Pom-Pom, and the second one is the Lion Brand Pink Lady Pom-Pom. So why don't you tell us the 2 winners, and then I'll tell them how this is going to work.
Okay. Post number 42, who is Vegan Jilly, and post number 522, who is Phoenix Fire.
Okay, so Vegan Jilly and Phoenix Fire. I need you to PM me with your full name and your mailing address and your preference, whether you want the pink or the green. And whoever contacts me first will get their preference, and then the second person will get the other one. I think that's fair, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, full name, mailing address, and your preference as to color. All right, next up from Boga, who is knitting in France. She donated these 3 stitch markers. There's a flower and an umbrella, which is upside down, and a rabbit. The rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. So, Dammy, who is the winner of these stitch markers?
Good question. Oh, post number 611, A1 Darwin.
A1 Darwin, congrats. I need you to PM me with your full name and mailing address, and I'll get that sent out to you. Next up, we have a copy of Claire Devine's Head to Toe book. This was donated by us. And who is the winner of this book?
Post number 714, Knitster Monica.
Congratulations, Mr. Monica. I need you to PM me with your full name and mailing address, and I'll get this posted out to you. The next prize is a copy of Chicks Dig Time Lords, a celebration of Doctor Who by the Women Who Love It, by Lynn M. Thomas and Tara O'Shea, and this was donated by us. Who is the winner, Dammy?
Post number 685, Falling Star 12.
Congratulations, Falling Star 12. I hope you're a Doctor Who fan. I don't know if you are, but I hope you are. Please PM me with your full name and mailing address, and I will get that posted out to you. Next up, also donated by us, is a skein of, I can never pronounce it.
Chapelle Wool Zauberball.
There you go, in the Fuchsia Beat colorway. Who is the winner of this?
Post number 609, Rogue Robot.
Congratulations, Rogue Robot. I need you to PM me with your full name and mailing address. And the final prize, it's a skein of Drakenwool's Sonnestrahl in an exclusive colorway.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's a lace weight.
Yeah.
This is a fingering weight. Who is the winner of this gorgeous yarn?
Post number 521, Crouching Cheese.
Congratulations, Crouching Cheese. Crouching Cheese.
Crouching Keys.
PM me with your full name and mailing address so I can get that posted out to you. So, again, Fredely, Rue CMC, Muzzer Z, Vegan Jilly, Phoenix Fire, A1 Darwin, Mr. Monica, Falling Star 12, Rogue Robot, and Crouching Cheese. Make sure you PM me with the needed information. And a huge thank you to Christy, Jilly, Catherine, and Boga for the prize donations. Mm-hmm. You have 30 days to claim your prize. Well, we have a new knit along going. So let's talk about it. And now it's time for the June, July, and August. Summertime and the living is easy.
Cal.
So this officially started on the 1st of June and it runs through the 31st of August. It's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to summertime. How do they do that?
You can do that by your project's color, colorway name, purpose, pattern name, design, element, or if you can't think of anything else, you made it in the summer.
That's right. No whips are allowed, so only projects started the 1st of June or later and finished by the 31st of August count. Feel free to poly dip in other cowls as long as it fits the rules. That's totally fine by us. Every project you finish and post in the FO thread counts as one entry into the giveaway. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry to participate. You must post a photo of your FO in the thread, and please use the hashtag GGKSummertime16. We will lock the thread the morning of the 1st of September and draw winners on the next podcast. You'll have 30 days to claim your prize. And we have a chatter thread. Dammy's trying to get all the prizes ready so we can show those to you. But first, before we do that, why don't you tell us who finished projects this week?
Celeste × 2, DG White × 2, Muzzer Z, and the VFB.
Great job, y'all. So they've like just jumped in and already got stuff done. Mm-hmm. So get to working on those projects. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 10 prizes. 10 prizes. Yes.
They crinkle.
No, more than 10 prizes. 12 prizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 12 prizes. 12 prizes. Are you ready to show us?
Yeah.
All right. Donated by Kelly, who's Kelly Cron, is a skein of Gnome Acres House Gnome in the Stars Hollow colorway, which is Gilmore Girls colorway. And we know this is like an autumn colorway, but we thought we'd put it in the summertime cowl so that you would receive it to be able to do something in the autumn.
Oh.
And maybe you can knit it at the same time as me because I have the colorway as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then also from Kelly, who is Kelly Cron, we have a That Semifero Girl Wonder Woman project bag.
Ooh.
What is it? Is it just natural inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's a really fun project bag. So thank you to Kelly for those donations. Boga, who is knitting in France, has donated 3 sets of stitch markers.
Hang on.
3 sets of stitch markers. There's apples, pink biscuits, and blue tulips.
There's blue tulips. There's apples. And there are Pop-Tarts.
Pink biscuits.
They're Pop-Tarts.
So thank you to Boga for donating that. Catherine, who is Kex Kromelchen, has donated one person will win her new 9 pattern, how do you say it?
Sibbengebirge.
Collection, which we reviewed the first 3 patterns in last week's episode. From Julia, who is Nimrus of Pandia's Jewels, she donated a set of Outlander stitch markers.
There's Jamie.
Yep.
And there's Claire.
We should turn them around so that they're both the same direction. And then Danielle, who is Gothica 101 of Gothica Yarns, has donated 3 prizes. So first up is a set of her mahogany obsidian stitch markers.
There's little stitch markers and a heart.
That's lovely. And then a skein of her Bonfire Night colorway yarn and a set of Autumn Magic stitch markers to go with that.
The yarn and the stitch markers.
They're so lovely. And then also she donated a skein of her Fantasy colorway yarn with a set of Blue Seas stitch markers. That's lovely. It's so gorgeous.
And the Blue Seas, they're blue and there's a turtle.
Yes, they're so cute. And then from us, we have a copy of the Exploding Kittens card game, which is a lot of fun. My favorite is the Taco Cat because it's a palindrome.
It's a palindrome.
It's a lot of fun. We have 2 copies of the game, which is why we're giving one of y'all one. And then finally from us, a skein of Zwergergarn Opal Smile yarn in the Instuken colorway, which is German for delight. I probably did not pronounce that correctly, but yeah. So
And that is how it will end up.
that's right. So those are the 12 prizes.
Yep.
That's a lot. So thank you to Kelly, Boga, Catherine, Julia, and Danielle for donating those prizes. And get to going on your summertime projects and get them posted in the thread. All right. I'm not sure what we have next, but I know we have something. So we're going to move on to the next segment.
Oh, and now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, a part of our show where you ask us things and we answer them.
Yeah, you shouldn't work on a sock that you're almost to the end of the leg on and you need to change the color for the cuff while you're talking, because then you end up having to tink back because you did too many rows.
I thought this might happen.
Yeah. Okay, so this week's question comes to us from Sarah, who is Yarn Enthusiast, and she's from Washington, U.S. And the question is, do you lovely ladies have a favorite pattern or patterns for adult leg warmers? My lower extremities are always like ice, and I thought some squishy wool would help, but for the life of me, I can't pick a pattern. Thanks. Now, we should preface it to say we have not knit any of these.
Yeah. I've never knit adult leg warmers.
I have not either.
You knit some baby ones, didn't you?
Yes, I did do some baby ones. So the pattern that instantly came to mind for me was from the Take Heart book by Fiona Alice that we reviewed a few months ago. And they're called the Pinard Castle. And we've linked all of the patterns that we're going to talk about in the show notes. And I really would like to make a pair of those because they were lovely. I'm trying to think. See, I don't think the book is there. No, we gave it away. We have the digital copy. So those are the ones that I would like to make. But Dammy did some searching and she has some suggestions for possible patterns.
Okay. So 2 patterns by Tiny Owl Knits, Wander Willows and Some Cloudy Day. Acorn by Alice Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
Lace Legs by Amanda Jensen. Salander by Nadia Cretin Lishin.
Mm-hmm.
Nozki by Monica Sirna. Spiral Rib Leg Warmers by Pearl Soho.
Mm-hmm.
And Slouchy Ankle Warmers by Andrea McHugh. And all of these are free except for Pinard Castle by Fiona Alice and Wander Willows, I think. The rest are free.
Okay. So you could download those patterns and see what you thought of them after reading through the instructions. So, yeah, but I really do want to knit the Pinard Castle by Fiona Alice because they are lovely. So, you know, that might happen. We'll just have to see. So that was a great question, Sarah. Thank you for asking. Dammy, if somebody else has a question, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right. Well, we have a review, so we should move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for a review.
And apparently the birds outside have opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're saying that they love this as much as I do.
Oh.
We're going to be reviewing Pom Pom Quarterly, the summer 2016 issue. This is issue number 17. And I will start by saying I want to knit almost everything in this issue.
You say this almost every time we get Pom Pom Quarterly.
Not every time. Almost everything in here.
That's why I said almost every time.
Almost everything in here I want to knit. Because it's amazing. So let's get started. Let me get to... Okay, I'm trying to do the patterns so that I can be able to tell you. First up, we have Windlass. Windless. I would say Windlass. Windlass. By Kiyomi Bergen. So this is a sleeveless version of a Fisherman's Gansey.
Yeah, it's windless because that's part of a chip.
Okay, sorry. You know my pronunciations. It's got side vents and eyelet motifs. And she designed it in a cotton yarn, which is a good thing for summer. So this is available in 5 sizes. It's a DK light worsted weight yarn. You use US 6 4 mil needles and US 4 3.5 mil needles. I really do like this. I would probably make it longer though, if I were to knit it. And I might put cap sleeves on it because I don't tend to wear sleeveless very often. This one, oh my gosh, I want to knit this. So it is a tank top. It is called Thornet by Sarah Thornet. And I would pair it with a short sleeve tee under it or put cap sleeves on it. But I love, love, love the detail of the lace in the side. I think that is stunning. This one is done. This is available in 5 sizes. It is done with a 4-ply fingering weight yarn. The yarn she used is a cotton flax blend. That's pretty nice. It's done on US 2.5 3 mil, US 3 3.25 mil, and US 7 4.5 mil. And this one is done flat, and then you seam it together. The previous one is also worked flat and joined with a 3-needle bind off and then sewed the side seams together. I am in love with this one. I think it is just stunning. I also want to knit this one. This is Nori. Do you see that detail right there?
Mm-hmm.
By Carol Feller. And it's just a loose summer sweater. It's knit from the bottom up with lace detail on the side for that gives an asymmetric interest. This is done in 6 sizes. It is an Aran heavy worsted weight. It's knit up in linen, organic linen. It's done on US 9's 5.5 mil needles, and it's done in the round. Yeah. I was trying to see. It's a 3-needle bind off. And then you just use mattress stitch to sew up the underarm. Here's a diagram of it. Isn't that stunning? Oh, I love this one. With just a little tank under it.
Yeah.
I think that would be stunning. I think that might be my favorite piece. And then next up we have a shawl. A lace shawl. A lace shawl that's done in crochet. This is called Altair?
Yeah.
Altair?
Altair.
By Joanne Grace. It was inspired by geometric coloring books, which is really cool. So as we said, this is a crochet pattern. This is done with a lace weight. It's 1 size, and it's a 2.5 mil crochet hook. And you start at 1 point and work the pattern that increases on the neck edge toward the shortest edge. It's fully reversible. So that's pretty cool. This one you and I are thinking about knitting together.
Yeah.
Look at that pocket. The really cool thing about this pattern is it's available in 2 lengths. So this is the Olivet by Thea Coleman. So there's the tunic length with the pocket, and there is just the pullover length. I don't think I can't remember what they call it. Yeah, I would just call it a pullover. Summer sweater with classic lines, intricate lace panel, cap sleeves, ballet neck. And it is available in 5 sizes. It's a DK light worsted weight. uses US 5 3.75 mil needles and US 6 4 mil needles. It's knit seamlessly from the bottom up, which I adore because I am not a big fan of sewing things up. You do knit the sleeves separately and add them to the body at the yoke. And then the neckline is short rows. Yeah, they just call it a sweater length and then a tunic length. But you and I are seriously considering doing this one together. I am so in love with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my other favorite, I think. This is a really cool thing. I probably wouldn't make it, but I think it's really cool. This is called the Hollis bag by Lynn Brennan. It is knit with clothesline. So it's one size, and you need US 19 15 mil needles. And then, of course, you have to have handles for it. But I think it's really, really cool. And with it being clothesline, you could probably wash it if something got spilled on it, like at the beach or on a picnic. So I think that's pretty cool.
Big.
Yeah. Next up is The Catchfly by Winky Lucas. This one is lovely as well. Sorry. It's stocking stitch broken up by central motif of that resemble the Argus butterfly. Is there more pictures? Yes, here we go. If I were to make this, I'd probably lengthen it a little bit because it's a little shorter than that I prefer wearing. This is in 7 sizes. That's awesome. This is a worsted weight yarn, and it's done with US 1.5 2.5 mil needles and US 2.5 3 mil needles. So this is going to be a really dense piece because you're using small needles on a worsted weight. It's worked flat in pieces from the bottom up and then seamed. And it's really cute. I like it. I think that's a really nice detail along the front.
Yeah.
And it would be a fairly easy knit because it's primarily stocking stitch.
Yeah.
So this next one, I love the construction or the design of it, especially the back, but it's probably something I wouldn't ever wear unless I added like some cap sleeves to it. This is the Redbud Isle by Courtney Cedarholm. So there's the front of it. It's knitted in one piece with I-cord ties, but this is what I love. Do you see the back of it? So it's kind of like a wrap. There's the front again. So this is in 6 sizes. It's done with a worsted weight yarn, US 7s 4.5 mil needles. So you work from the bottom front hem upwards, increase along the edges of the back body, and then cast off to separate the front and back strap sections, and then it turns into an I-cord for the straps. So I really do like the detail of it. It's something I probably wouldn't make just because it's not a style that I would wear. I adore this one as well. And actually, Jess from Ginger's Studio already finished one.
Oh.
This is the Vara by Sachiko Bergen. And she loves an old worn-in t-shirt. And so she was inspired to knit this by that same old worn-in t-shirt feel. But she added some details of like I-cord edging and a dipped hemline. I think this is lovely. So this one is available in 6 sizes. It's a sport weight yarn on US 6s 4 mil needles. It's worked from the neck downwards. Yep. And it would be pretty easy because it's primarily stocking stitch. There's just that detail at the bottom on the hem.
Yeah.
But I love the dipped edging.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really cool. This is another crochet pattern. This is the Tannery Falls by Sarah Delaney. I think it's a really nice look. The designer said that it recalls images of childhood summers spent roaming the backwoods barefoot with a fishing pole and beach towel, strapped to the back of a bike with cousins and friends finding a swimming hole or a fishing spot. That's a nice image. So this is in 5 sizes. It's knit with, it's not knit, it's crocheted with a lace weight using a US 8 5mm hook. Yeah. I like it. It's cute. Obviously I don't crochet, but I think it's nice. This one I want to make as well. Oh, this is the Trail Breeze. Look at that hem lining there. Oh, this is stunning. This is another pattern by Courtney Cedarholm. She had another one earlier on. And it was inspired by Elizabeth Zimmerman's mitten trick for thumbs to use scrap yarn to make it easy to come back and create a hole in the fabric later. So it's got a handkerchief hem knit as a rectangle, and then the middle is worked onto scrap yarn, and then you go back and remove the scrap yarn and pick up the stitches to knit the body in the round. So it's a really cool construction. This is available in 6 sizes. It's done in a 4-ply fingering weight on US 3's 3.25mm needles. And I love it. You could wear a different, you could wear a top under it, or you could easily add cap sleeves to that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's probably my other favorite. And that's all the patterns. So I have 3 favorites apparently in this book.
Yeah.
In this issue. The Thornet, the Nori, oh no, 4. The Olivette, and the
Trail Breeze.
Trail Breeze. And then we come to articles. So we have the Seductive and Slow article by Anna Maltz, and it's talking about not rushing through a knitting project. Hello, says me, who's finished 7 projects this week. But you know, being intentional about being slow and enjoying the process, which I do sometimes. I always enjoy my knitting, but yeah. This article makes me so sad I want to cry.
Mm-hmm.
This is Have You Seen This Cat Sweater by Amber Corcoran. So she knit this lovely sweater, and she put this cat motif in. So these are the cats that she used. And then she lost it, and it hasn't been found. It's so sad. She is, I believe she's one of the owners of Fancy Tiger Crafts. And she used Hannah Fedek's book Yoked for the cardigan and then put in the kitty cat motif. I hope by publishing this article somebody finds her sweater and gets it back to her. So sad. So sad.
It's very pretty. I tried to see if there was a project page on Ravelry, but I couldn't find it.
I don't know. So she incorporated the charts from Stephanie Dozen's Meow Mints. But she recolored the chart 7 times to create portraits of 7 special cats she's known. It's really sweet.
The Harley Quinn one.
Yeah, that one was really cute. Where's that? That one right there at the end.
Cuddles.
Oh, yes. And then, okay, so we've gone through the patterns already. So let's get back here to the back and see what else we have. We have a recipe for old-fashioned cherry pie by Rebecca Lawrence.
Oh, I want pie.
Yum. Yum, yum. And then this, oh, this is lovely. We have a tutorial called Dream Weaving that walks you through the process of weaving on a rigid heddle loom. It's lovely.
Wait, I wanted to see it. An out of context sentence. If your weaving begins to smile at you.
Yes. And that's everything.
Oh, yes, she is.
Yes, co-owner. Amber is co-owner of Fancy Tiger Crafts.
She is chickens.
She does.
Plays her guitar to her cat.
Yes. This was Pom Pom Quarterly, Summer 2016, issue 17. How would you rate this issue?
Good.
I would say fan-freaking-tabulous. Fan-freaking-tabulous. I have 4 favorites in it.
That's a lot.
I know. I need... You know what I wonder is... Wait, was that a... Hold that thought while I'm looking at the patterns again. No. I was thinking maybe I could do the Nuri during Nanny Swimmo, but since I'll be down in London for part of the time, I don't want to do a heavyweight sweater, a heavyweight of yarn sweater. Maybe I could modify the Thornette because it's a fingering weight.
Yeah, but would that be enough stitches?
If I add sleeves to it, maybe. Or, no, we'd already decided that all of it is in heavier weight wool as well. What's the other one? The Vara. It's a sport weight. Yeah, but I don't know if it'd be enough stitches. I'm still looking for that right pattern for Nanny Swimmo this year, since I will not be at home for probably 2 weeks of the time. All right, well, that was Pom Pom Quarterly, and we hope you enjoyed it. All right, let's move on to the final segment. And we have made it to the end of the show.
Yay.
I'm sure that there's somebody saying, finally, it's about time. I know this is a long one. We have some reminders for you. First up, there is still the giveaway going on by Danielle, who is Gothica 101 of Gothica Yarns. We reviewed this last week, and we have 2 prizes, which we did not get out, but you can see in last week's episode. A skein of Punk Princess yarn with a set of stitch markers, and a skein of Innocent Dreams yarn with a set of stitch markers. And we will announce those prize winners next week. So make sure you go to the Thread in the Ravelry group and tell us your favorite item from her Etsy shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Second up, I have news about the Gilmore Girls kit, the Where You Lead I Will Follow kit that I am doing with Boga of Knitting in France and Sam of Knit Run Dig Project Bags. So this kit will have a 10-stripe self-striping yarn by Boga, a project bag by Sam, a sock pattern by me, which Dammy just finished knitting the sample of, and I love it so much. And then some goodies will also be in with it. It's going to go up for pre-order next Sunday, so not 2 days from now, but a week. The 12th of June at 3 p.m. British Summer Time, which is 7 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. GMT. The news this week is that the kits will cost $70 US plus shipping. $70 US plus shipping. There will only be 30 kits available. So you're going to want to set an alarm if you're wanting to make sure you get one, because I have a feeling they're going to go pretty fast. And the kits will ship out no later than Friday the 8th of July. So this is a pre-order. And where are they going to purchase this at?
JavaProDesigns.com?
Yes.
It doesn't say.
Oh, it says on the website.
In the real show notes.
In the real show notes, as opposed to the fake ones that we use to do the show. So, if you are interested in that, make sure to set your alarm Sunday, the 12th of June at 3 p.m. British Summer Time at JavaPearlDesigns.com. Just a reminder that the 52 weeks of Charity Cal is still going on. We'll talk about it in more detail next week. Mm-hmm. But there's also details in the show notes. Is there anything else while I get a sip of water?
I don't think so.
We're back to our normal recording schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So, there will most likely be some point this summer where we might need to take a week or 2 off. Because I'm going to be having surgery. So we don't have a date for that yet. But we'll keep you updated. as long as everything goes well, hopefully I'll only be in the hospital a day or two. But I might need some time to recover, so we might need to take a week or two off. So, but we'll keep y'all updated on that. So, well, then let's talk about our normal stuff. We would like to say a humongous thank you to our Patreon sponsors. We love you guys so much. Y'all are amazing. We did make some changes to Patreon rewards, and everybody has been so gracious about that.
Yeah.
We had to do that because the cost of postage has gone up so much. So we shifted to doing, for some of the reward levels, from doing 4 postcards a year to 2 postcards a year. And then in the opposite quarters, they're getting a larger % off coupon code for our Ravelry store, because it's our Ravelry store now almost.
We're still trying to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, we're working on it. Somebody outside felt very enthusiastic about that it's our Ravelry store.
It sounded like someone like jumped off of something.
Well,
it sounds like when you jump off the diving board and go, yeah!
Well,
and then you pop in the
we
water.
also play the Is It a Kid or a Seagull game. Because I believe it's like this one little kid that, I'm sorry, we totally got distracted here, but that plays out in the green area outside of our window, and a lot of the times it sounds like a seagull when he is squealing and playing. So we play he's happily playing. He's not upset, but we play the Is It a Seagull or a Kid game quite often. Patreon. So I didn't even say what Patreon is. Patreon is a way for you to support your favorite creative people, like podcasters and artists and musicians and the like. And what you do is you pledge a certain amount every month, and you get rewards based on what amount that you pledged. And we are putting all this money right now in a savings account to be able to get the technology for you and I to be able to record once you have left home, just in case you're not in the same city. If we end up in the same city, we will use it to better our technology to record in person together. So that is kind of why we are waiting right now and putting it all in a savings account, just to let it build up till we figure out. Yep. And thank you so much to everybody that was so kind about you talking about starting to design and your plans to go into nursing. We had several nice messages about that. We really appreciate that. So back to Patreon. If you would like to do this, where can they go to find out more and to pledge?
Patreon.com/geekygirlsknit.
Yes, if you have any questions about that, feel free to contact us. If you would like to make a one-time donation, you can go to
geekygirlsknit.com.
And in the right-hand side, there is a button to donate via PayPal. We are also Amazon.com and .co.uk affiliates, and if you go to our website,
geekygirlsknit.com,
and click on the appropriate Amazon link, and then purchase your things as normal on Amazon, Amazon gives us a little money back based on what you purchase, and that money is used primarily to ship prizes, which we've had a lot lately. So, and postage has gone up. So, yeah. So, I think that is everything. So why don't you tell them where to find us online?
You can find the Geeky Girls Knit podcast at geekygirlsknit.com. There are links to everywhere else you can find them online, like YouTube and iTunes and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and, of course, Ravelry.
Do you have a Ravelry account, Darcy?
No.
Do you know how to knit?
No.
Does Lizzie know how to knit?
No.
Does anyone in the family know how to knit?
I think Mary does.
So maybe Mary should teach Lizzie, and then she can knit you a sweater. Would you wear a sweater if she knit it for you?
I thought there was a curse about that.
But aren't y'all getting married?
I didn't know about this.
They got married in Lizzie Bennett Diaries, didn't they?
No, not yet.
Oh, I thought were they getting married or something?
No.
Oh.
You've scared him now.
Oh dear. Darcy, I think that you should ask Lizzie to marry you.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much if you made it through all of this. And we hope you enjoyed the episode, and happy knitting, and we'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.